Hey there, good morning to you, fellas. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Hopefully, you're doing well. Hopefully, your morning's off to a good start. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Winning Bets. We're going to talk our sports and talk our sports betting as well. A snowy day in Chicago. They said it was spring a couple weeks ago. I don't believe it here in Chicago. 30 degrees, snowing out there like crazy. I'm still waiting for that spring weather to go ahead and show up. So, guys, I think we're going to have a great time on today's show. Big slate again in sports. You've, of course, got Premier League and MLB. But before we do that, though, we want to go ahead and do a couple of housekeeping items that we've got to get to before we go ahead and do the recap. The first one is I want to go ahead and give a shout out there to my brother. My brother's 40. What was that boy talking? 44 today. So happy birthday, Mike. I really appreciate you coming on down in Chicago last week during spring break and hanging out with our family. Just had a hell of a time and. Can't wait to do it, and I know we'll get out to Phoenix and visit you. So happy birthday. I'll give you a shout here in a little bit, but sit back and enjoy your day, my man. Hopefully it treats you good. The other little bit of housekeeping we want to go ahead and do is we were hanging out on Twitter Live yesterday. Wasn't the greatest of all experiences, if we're being honest. It was one of our first times doing that, so certainly getting used to the Twitter app and getting used to the comments. That being said, when I got off of the Twitter Live, my Twitter account was then locked due to copyright issues. So, we've been banned on YouTube, right? Remember that day I did the Daily Show and we had the tennis match over my shoulder and they shut us down within minutes. So we know YouTube doesn't like that. We, of course, know TikTok doesn't like that if we got hit with multiple violations. Really weird, though, that Twitter let me do the live stream and then they notified me that I got hit with the violation, that my account had been locked. And I go through a couple steps and I eventually get the account unlocked. But at the end of the day, they just don't need to be pissing off anybody. We know what we're doing is, not right? You can't show games, right? There's copyright infringements right there. So that's going to be it. We'll go ahead and pull the plug. There's no reason to give it a shot on Instagram because you're going to get with the same violations over there. So that's it. We won't be doing any live hangs. We won't be able to sit back and watch any games. So that is what it is. Unfortunate, but it's the way it is right there. One other thing we want to go ahead and talk about here is what about the DraftKings Sportsbook down at Wrigley Field? There's a DraftKings Sportsbook. I want to get over there on Tuesday. Obviously, we've got a big day in the MLB on Tuesday. We've got some day games in the MLB, but also the return of the Champions League. Obviously, the quarterfinals resume. And on Tuesday, it's Arsenal taking on Bayern and Real Madrid taking on Manchester City. So two just really big, massive matches. If you're in and around the Chicago area and you can get on down to the DraftKings Sportsbook down there at the Wrigley Ballpark, hit me up and let me know. I'll be there for a few hours. And whether you hit me up on YouTube or hit me up on Twitter, or however you want to hit me up, just go ahead and reach out. You do need to reserve a table. So if you do have some interest, I guess it could be last minute if they're not fully booked up, but you certainly take a chance of obviously all the tables being reserved. So if you have any interest of hanging out next Tuesday, April 9th, down at the DraftKings Sportsbook, reach out to me, and it'd be fun to throw back some beers with you guys and have a good time and watch our sports. If you think I'm tired this morning, yeah, I am a little tired this morning. I didn't get to bed till about 1 a.m. Of course, had the soccer match last night. I get home, about 11:15. It's the top of the ninth inning there between the Red Sox Athletics. So it's like, okay, well, certainly go ahead and throw this on, even if it goes to extra innings with the rules, with the guy starting on second base. You're not going to get, the game's not going to go too much longer. So I watch that. Then, of course, I shower, get clean, and then you're mentally wired, so you're not going to bed right away. So I'm dragging ass here a little bit. I'm a little bit on the slow side, but what a great, fantastic game last night. We lost, unfortunately, 4-3, but I thought we had a pretty damn good performance. We played down to man. I play on an ND team, which when you sign up, instead of registering for a team, you sign up it as an individual. Then they put all those individuals together. So it was like a typical indie performance, no chemistry. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Hell, don't even know the dude's name next to me to say, hey, I'm open, pass me the ball. But to compete like that, to be a man down, and to only lose a one goal, 4-3, I think that was a nice little start for our season. My first half was atrocious. I don't recall having one good touch in the first half. And it was the first ball that came to me, it had to have been one timed out. So I played left fullback last night the entire game. And the first ball I get, it was like, all right, well, this has got to be one touch, bang it up to the midfielder. And it was nowhere near, anywhere near getting to that midfielder. But kept getting through the first half. Each play was still ugly, but it was a little bit less ugly. So I guess that gave me a little bit of encouragement as I led there into the second half. Halftime, I actually get a little bit of a chuckle. So I come over to the to the sidelines during halftime and apologize. I was like, guys, that was awful, but I haven't touched the ball since 19, so just had to knock the rust off. And this one guy's like, oh, well, at least 19 is not half your age. And I was like, I've got you fooled, my man. And then he perks up. He goes, well, what do you mean? At 38, I thought I was the oldest one here. No, I'm coming down the backside of that mountain, my man. I'm over 40. I'm a 41-year-old. So, and then instantly, like, 5 guys were like, no shit, you're not 41. Like, come on, man. I know I'm fit and I can get up and down the field, but yeah, no, I'm a 41-year-old man out here. Thankfully, in that second half, though, guys, I turned it up. I don't remember even having a bad touch in the second half. I was on it there in the second half and even bagged an assist. I got the ball. We were banging it around there in the back line, and they were just having dumbass, meaningless possession, and eventually it gets played out to me on the left-hand side. And I've got acres of space, which it was late enough in the second half where if it was early second half, like, I get it. I showed all first half that I was garbage. So, yeah, lay off me. I can't threaten you. But at that point in the second half, like, I had shown, like, I get vastly improved. And they gave me acres of space. I dribble it up about 6 touches, juke my man, get around him. And then there's a guy sitting basically right at the top of the box. Shit, I'll play it into him and see what he can do. My man had a nice turn, and he buried a finish. So 4-3, got an assist, had a great time, and back into playing soccer, and thoroughly looking forward to that. So, all right, that's how my night went yesterday, boys. There's a little bit of a housekeeping. Again, hit me up if you want to hang out down there at the DraftKings Sportsbooks. I will be down there and look forward to slamming some beers back with you guys. All right, let's go ahead and get on into this recap, boys. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and ring that cash register because we had another successful day. How about plus 1.22 units? Ah, yeah, love that sound right there. And how about plus 1.57 units on the week? Absolutely love to hear that too. All right, Paqueta, score or assist. Yeah, watch that. He didn't do a goddamn thing in that first half. Nowhere near getting a cash in the first half. I don't even remember him touching the ball anywhere near, like, in a threatening position, whether he could even have a shot or get an assist. Second half, he did take a couple shots, but yeah, nothing that nothing that you were really going to think he was actually going to bury a shot. So yeah, he fell woefully short for us, but that happens sometimes. But then we bounced back, boys. Rangers F5 over 4.5. Did you give up on that bet? Did you give up? It's okay if you gave up. Hell, I gave up. Hell, who wouldn't give up? Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs, only in a 1-0 game. Good damn right, you're dead in the water at that point. And then you get the error, and error never fails in baseball. You don't necessarily maybe think it's going to translate into 4 runs, but I actually live bet at that point. I was like, oh, there's an error. I've kind of talked about it on Payoff Pitch last year. You get errors in baseball and runs come in that inning. So I live bet at least, the over. And at 2 outs, I got a great price on that one. Of course, that hit. But then, so you get the error, then you go single, and then you got Paredes. I'm wondering how many out there was like me and remembers the F5 team total cash that we hit last year when we were in the bottom of the 5th inning with Paredes coming up to the plate with a runner on first, and we had 1 run, and that line was over 2.5, and we needed a 2-run homer. Just something in the belly was like, oh shit. I thought about that moment and said, this mother's going to actually do it. Like, I think he might actually hit this homer. And obviously a lot of that is on hope and remembering back in the past. But damn if he didn't do it, boys. Roped himself a 3-run home run and give us a great plus money cash. Plus money cash. We talk about late winners. Yeah, no sweat winners feel good, right? Makes you think that, or at least, really the research really paid off. But late winners, I'll take those over sweat-free cashes all day long. I love a great winner. You love to see my man hit that bomb and give us a great cash. So that was a good one right there. And then Red Sox on the money line, they jump out to a lead. Looked like in the box score, Athletics hit a couple 2-run home runs, and yeah, then I flip it on at the top of the 9th, and Just a good game, just a good game battling between two teams late, and we're on the right side of it right there. We get a run in the top of the 11th inning, and then they're able to hold on to it there in the bottom half to give us a good cash on the Red Sox money line, and obviously then give us a good profitable day at plus 1.22 units. Love to see that. Guys, while we're doing this recap, and I know you use arbitrage money or you use a free bet, but goddamn, how painful was that free roll loss yesterday? How painful was that? Trying to go back-to-back days on hitting big monster parlays, and yesterday's fell one leg short. Padres offense couldn't come through for us. We, of course, hit the Nursey there in Angels Marlins. The Twins team total stays under 4.5 runs. And, of course, Nestor Cortez was nowhere near getting any amount of strikeouts that he needed against that Diamondbacks lineup that crushes left-handed pitching. And they are facing another left-hander today in Carlos Rodon. Padres letting us down. Again, those don't hurt any less, even though it's free bets or arb cash. You want those cashes. You want that hit. It would have been a great little hit. And, Padres just couldn't quite come through for us. So, all in all, though, it was a great day. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed your action. Hopefully, you guys were able to put some money in your pocket as well. Let's head on into that comment section, see how Wednesday morning is treating you guys. And then, as I mentioned, again, we've got a big day going on today in the Premier League and also down in the MLB. So, we'll, of course, break everything down. Good morning, Kyle. Brian? Yes, sir. That's going to be the goal at the end of the day. That is going to be the goal. What's up there, Ryan? What's going on, man? Weather sucks. Snow yesterday, snow, cold wind. Yeah, love spring, right? Don't tell me it's spring. Don't tell you it's spring. It ain't anything but dick. Don't say this, Brian. Now you're going to make me pull up my phone and actually look that up, man. Don't say it, Brian. Son of a bitch. The Bills are trading Diggs to the Texans. Shit. Come on, man. I was having a good day, Brian. Why you gotta do that to me, Brian? Shit. I'm having a good day, Brian. Shit. Trading Diggs? Come on. For a second rounder? A package of picks, including... So we got nothing in this year's draft? At least in the headline, we get nothing in this year's draft, according to just real quick reading this thing. We get a second rounder and a fifth rounder and a sixth rounder all for next year. Oh, no, wait. I'm reading this wrong. All we did was get a second rounder, and we give them Diggs, a fifth, and a sixth? Fuck. No. That's not a good trade. Shit. God damn. I'd have found that out, obviously, eventually, Brian, but that hurts, man. Oh, shit. Shit, man. Don't like that. Don't like that. Called us strike zone. That would have been Angel Hernandez, bro. Wow, that's saying something, Corey. That is obviously, everybody knows Angel Hernandez, by far the worst umpire in Major League Baseball. Wow. Yeah, it does. I hadn't kicked the ball in 5 years, like I told you guys, competitively, and every touch was awful in that first half. Thankfully, I turned it around in the second half. I guess it was just based on the volume, and eventually you get your legs back under you. But whoa, that first half was awful. I definitely got a good chuckle out of everybody at halftime, being like, "Nah, bullshit, you're 41." Yeah, I'm 40. I'm the oldest one on this team. I'm a little nervous next week. So the team we played, actually, they played a double header. So I was like, how'd that game go? They're like, oh, we got slaughtered 6-1. And they were like, yeah, it's a bunch of 20-year-olds that played together collegiately at the University of Michigan. Great. They're going to whoop our ass. They're going to take us out back and bend us over. That is not going to go good. Turning 31. Fish, happy early birthday, man. Kids can call you uncle now. Happy birthday, Fish. Happy early birthday. I'm gonna put together a little parlay for you. Remind me tomorrow if I forget. We'll cook up a parlay for you. Yeah, I've always been called young my whole life, but yeah, it's just kind of funny hearing that. At least your hair is mostly there. Morning, Adrian. Morning, the man. How about your cash there yesterday on Club America? There's your comment right there. There it is. Nice, easy 4-0 win. Nice one, Adrian. I did not follow you along on that. Just because I didn't. No reason not to, but I didn't know. I didn't do it. Errors and walks always leads to runs. Error never fails. Forgot to bet it. Yeah, Texans are going to win it all, says Jared. Texans are going to win it all. You got to like the moves they're making. I mean, obviously, quarterback. No reason to think that he can't, continue what he did in year 2. God damn, losing Stephon Diggs. Come on. We lose Stephon Diggs, you lose Gabe Davis. I guess we're going wide receiver in the first round, clearly. And I just listened to Brandon Beane's press conference when they were in Arizona at the spring meetings, and he's like, "Oh, we can go any which way in the first round." No, you can't. Not anymore. Josh Allen ain't got nobody to throw the damn ball to. Shit. All good, Brian. Yeah, like I said, I'd have found out eventually, but damn. Oh, you better lock that up. That's some April Fool's was Monday. Don't be bringing that up in here. That was on Monday, Corey. That was Monday. Trading Diggs. Wow, what a little bit of a damper on the day. Holy hell. A little bit of a damper. All right, boys, let's keep it rolling here. Let's keep it rolling. Drop that down. Let's go ahead and throw up these soccer picks real quick. So we've only got the one soccer play today. Of course, it's City, Villa. We'll go ahead and take that under 3.5. We've talked about it, obviously, on Monday's show with Matt, so I don't need to give you any analysis. The only analysis you need is jump on that bet. That shit is staying under. Actually, listen to Guardiola's press conference today, and their journalist was like, Holland's only got 1 goal scored against the top 6. You've heard me say that on Between the Posts. That the big 6, that they body them with their elite center backs, and they shut him down. He does not score against good teams. He don't do it. Now, obviously, they got a lot of good supporting players around him. I'll be interested to see if De Bruyne plays. He's obviously been nursing that groin injury. Remember, he missed the FA Cup game against Newcastle there before international break. Didn't play on the international break, and while he did play against Arsenal, I'd be interested to see what they do with De Bruyne. They obviously got Real Madrid coming up next week, so it'll be interesting. So I just like Matt's play. I think he's on a good angle right there. So we'll go ahead and take under 3.5 goals between City and Villa today at the Etihad, which I found out this little stat. Listen to this stat. Very interesting stat. Even this stat would suggest a lot of stats that suggest it's going to be low scoring. But check this out. The home side. Whoever's been the home team in Man City's last 7 games. Whoever has been the home team hasn't been able to score in the first half. Whoever's been the home team. Obviously, City has been the home team in some of those 7 games, and they ain't found the back of the net when they've been at home in the first half. So, yeah, give me that under. Give me that under between City and Villa, under 3.5. Let's go ahead and throw up these MLB bets. Going to go ahead and roll with some dogs today, like the Tigers on the money line at plus 110. Give me the Rangers on the money line at plus 102. Give me the Red Sox Pirates at a money line parlay at plus 172. We can talk about these games a little bit. Obviously, we don't have a plethora of stats like we normally would once the season really gets grinding. But let's go ahead and talk first about the which one do I have on top there? Do I got the Tigers? We're going to take the Tigers. Let's take them in order here. Tigers are taking on you don't have like a Tigers offense that is certainly not on fire by any stretch of the imagination, but they're about league average. They set league average in average. They set league average in weighted runs created, and they set league average in OPS, so they're bringing some power to the plate. You want to know where the Mets sit? How about dead last in baseball? Obviously not too surprising. They've yet to pick up a win. They're hitting 157 versus right-handers. 157 versus right-handers. Their weighted runs created is 31. So you can talk about Lindor. You can talk about Alonso. And I'll keep bringing up the Cardinals from last season. Stop betting on the names. Bet on the stats. What are you doing? They aren't doing a goddamn thing so far earlier on this season. I'll go ahead and take by far the better offense. And then you want to talk about bullpen? Who's got the number 1 ERA? Who's got the number 1 opponent's batting average? Who's got the number 1 whip in the bullpen in the major league? That is your A.J. Hinch-led Detroit Tigers. No surprise that the Mets are below league average in those stats as well. They're actually right around league average. So their bullpen's not terrible, but ain't nothing like this Tigers bullpen that is absolutely elite and number one in baseball earlier on in the season. And by the way, their game got rained out yesterday. So whatever the hell they want to do from a bullpen perspective, all the arms are ready. So I like Casey Mize over Adrian Hauser from a starting pitching advantage. So to me, it checks all the boxes. Better starter, better bullpen, better offense. Shouldn't be the dog. I'll take those Tigers today at plus 110. If we want to go ahead and look at the Rangers next, well, we know that the Rangers have a better offense. It didn't play out yesterday. Well, I mean, to be fair, the offense was about even yesterday because the Rays were going up against a left-hander. If you want to look at right-handed production, the Rangers do have the better offense. They've got numbers that, you would like at any point in the season. Hitting 276, OPS is 849, they're slugging 485. They don't strike out at 17.5%, and with the weighted runs created of 146. You got to go down to the bottom 10 to find those Tampa Bay Rays that struggle, only hit 206. Only slug 405. They strike out a little bit more at 22.3%. Bullpen-wise, pretty neck and neck, right? That's why we told you guys that, if the F5 over didn't hit, probably the full game over didn't hit, which the full game over didn't hit, right? Yeah, the runs dried up. And it's two really good bullpens. But you know what? The Rays had to use their better arms in trying to secure that win yesterday, where obviously the Rangers, kind of saved some of their high leverage, more upper echelon guys. So I'll take certainly the better offense. From a starter perspective, what do we got? Hell, I had looked it up. It's Eovaldi versus Savali. It's Eovaldi versus Savali. Eovaldi versus Savali. Yeah, I just give me the better offense. Bullpen's about neck and neck. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the Rangers there at plus money. And then for the other one here, what we got? Red Sox, Pirates. I mean, yeah, Red Sox. I tell you what, and watching that game last night, coming home and watching that, the Athletics, whoever this Miller is, their closer, this goddamn dude is elite. I don't know if he's, in terms of like his age, but holy hell, they could have a trade chip come at the trade deadline. This dude was throwing 101 miles an hour with about 86 mile an hour slider, which if you're, sitting slider, that 101 mile an hour fastball will get blown right by your ass. And when you're sitting fastball to try and catch up to it, that slider breaking down to your knees, he pitched 2 innings of ball, and after I watched 2 batters, I said, well, the Red Sox ain't going to score off this goddamn guy. And no surprise, they didn't score in the 9th inning, they didn't score in the 10th inning. It wasn't until the 11th inning when they were able to get a run. That dude Miller was holy hell. That dude is electric. Well, you know what? That's their closer. They done burned their closer in a game that they lost. Give me Nick Pivetta. He's good. He's good. I mean, saw him in his first start. He was dominant. He was dominant last season. And obviously they're taking on Ross Stripling. He's going to take the mound there for the Athletics. So yeah, just give me the better team all up and down. And then the Pirates, they're going to go ahead and take on the Nationals. Remember we did our free roll, what was it, on Monday where we took the over? You could certainly take the over. This is not a Nationals offense that is slumping. They're in the top 10 across the board, but the Pirates are just top 3 across the board. They hit 299, OPS of 816, weighted runs created of 112. They strike out less. Their strikeouts 20.9 as opposed to 25.2 there for the Nationals. One of the reasons why we like the over is because the Nationals have the worst bullpen in baseball. They've got the worst opponent's batting average of 319. They've got an ERA of 619. They got an FIP of 462 and a WHIP of 181. You got to find the Pirates. Go on up because they're sitting top 5 with a 1.85 ERA, a WHIP of 0.74, and opponent's batting average of 148. So I'm getting a little bit of a hitting advantage. I wouldn't call it big by any stretch of the imagination, but I am getting an awfully massive bullpen advantage in this game. And I'll take Mitch effing, friend of the program, Keller, over Trevor Williams all day long. So that's how we're going to do it today there on baseball bets. So let's hit you guys with a free roll. We'll talk about why we like these bets here on the free roll, and then we'll, of course, jump on into rapid fire. Why do we like Pablo Sandoval? Got rocked in his first start. Only went 1.2 innings pitched. The Orioles crush left-handed pitching. You all know how the Marlins hit left-handers? Let me find that tab. Versus LVP. Here we go. They hit 184, ranks 26th in Major League, and they got 114 plate appearances, which you got this point of the season. There's only 2 teams this early on the season that have seen over 100 plate appearances from the left-handed pitchers, and the Marlins are one of them at 114. So this is a real number. They're hitting 114. They only slugging 282. Their weighted runs created is 51. Like, they suck versus left-handers. And Sandoval, you're in the bigs. You got some stuff. I expect them to have a nice bounce-back game. The Marlins and Orioles, they hit left-handers dramatically different. So I think he can pitch into the sixth inning and obviously need at least one out in that sixth inning and think he can go ahead and come through for us right there. The next play on that free roll is going to go ahead and be Aaron Savali under 4.5 Ks. He gets 6 Ks in his first start. But the Rangers are only striking out 17.5%. So that's just a beautiful number. You look at that unders, you're going to go for an under 20%, 17.5. You can go ahead and sign me up for that. And then we said yesterday, boy, if the Diamondbacks just were a little bit low on plate appearances, so you didn't know if you could quite trust their numbers, and then you see what they do to Nestor Cortez. Well, I'll go ahead and fade Carlos Rodon. Of these 3 pitchers, Carlos Rodon is the only one that would have cashed this number in their first start, and he's just got a tough matchup. The Diamondbacks are crushing left-handed pitching, and they only strike out at 12.2%. They've actually got the best strikeout percentage, they've got the best batting average, and they've got the second best OPS versus left-handers on 82 plate appearances. Carlos Rodon, I would say, is, do you say he's better than Cortez? I mean, he was awful last year, but he was injury, so I don't know. But you can't ignore these numbers. I mean, it's 12.2% from a strikeout percentage. So that's a beautiful parlay. We cashed Monday's parlay. Tough little beat there yesterday on our parlay yesterday. I think this sucker's going to go ahead and cash plus 473. Go ahead and lock it in, boys. I'm going to go ahead and pull up live lines right now here on DraftKings. Let's talk every single game from money line, run line, and over-under perspective. We call it rapid fire. It's part of payoff pitch. We'll kick off on Monday's show. Let's hit it, boys. Royals and Orioles, over-under of 7, plus 150 for the Royals. Orioles come in here at minus 180. It's an interesting game because obviously Cole Reagans is a left-hander. He was good in his first start, but this 7 it's a little disrespectful for how the Orioles hit left-handers. Maybe they're expecting the Royals to just full-on struggle. But we mentioned the Nationals bullpen being league worst. Well, the Royals are right there, 29th. I mean, they got some ugly numbers. Oh, shit, they got some ugly numbers. So I'm taking the over. And of course, I'm taking the Orioles to, I think they lost yesterday, right? Taking the Orioles to bounce back, but give me the over 7. Rangers and Rays, we can go ahead and skip that game. You know how I feel about that one. Angels and Marlins, over-under of 8.5. Angels minus 105. Marlins come in here at minus 115. I've got to take the Angels to go ahead and pull off the sweep. It's I don't know if it's better starter because this guy AJ Puck is fairly new, but I'm getting the better offense. I'm getting the better bullpen, so I'll take the Angels at minus 105. Twins and Brewers, over under of 8.5. Twins minus 112. Brewers minus 108. Easy team total yesterday. Cashed very easily under 4.5. That Twins offense is awful. So, yeah, Brewers minus 108. That's about the only play you can make in that one. You could do the under. I did say the under on yesterday's show on Rapid Fire, and what was that, a 3-2 game, 4-2 game? They under hit. So, go right back to the under again. Good bullpens. Let me look. I mean, I'm assuming that bullpen numbers didn't get wrecked yesterday. Yeah. Hell, Brewers bullpen is number 2. Yeah. So, take the under, take the Brewers in that one. Braves and White Sox. But the White Sox picking up that first win. All right, here's the deal with these White Sox teams. I think you've already seen enough to go ahead and see when Garrett Crotchet's on the mound, that shit's going to be an under. Remember, I went to opening day against the Tigers with Crotchet was on the mound, and the Tigers won 1-0, and Crotchet was unbelievable. To do what he did yesterday against that Atlanta Braves lineup, shut them down completely, was absolutely remarkable. So just remember that. When Garrett Crotchet's on the mound, I don't know if I would take the White Sox on the money line, but I'd probably be taking the under in that game because the White Sox can't hit worth shit. Expect him to do his job. So just remember that one going forward. For today, though, it's Spencer Strider on the mound, minus 375 for the Braves. That means we don't analyze that game when you're minus 375. Red Sox and Athletics, over-under of 8. Red Sox minus 166, Athletics plus 140. You know how I feel about that game. Yankees, Diamondbacks, over-under of 8.5. Yankees minus 112. Diamondbacks come in here at minus 108. Kelly isn't as good as Gallen, but he ain't that better off. You got to take those Diamondbacks at minus 108, folks. They hitting left-handers really good. Gotta go ahead and take that over minus 108. Money line at minus 108. Reds and Phillies over under of 7.5. Reds plus 170 or Reds plus 145. Phillies are at minus 175. This one was a tough one. Just because of the pitchers, it was like, the Reds have a good offense, but can Wheeler, kind of neutralize that? And then you saw Bryce Harper yesterday. He just hit 3 bombs, just kind of took that game over. Probably go Phillies. Frankie Montas is not that good. So, yeah, give me the Phillies in that one. I would also take. I'd probably take the over in that one too. 7.5 is a little too low for that Reds offense. They can get something off Wheeler in the bullpens. Yeah, you still got this Phillies bullpen is awful, bottom 5, and then the Reds come in bottom 10. So yeah, give me the over 7.5. I think actually no Phillies money line. Give me the over 7.5 in that game. I'll take the over. Cardinals and Braves over under of 8.5. Cardinals plus 130. Padres minus 155. Couldn't get 4 runs yesterday. Couldn't get four runs. Hitting 282 off right-handers and couldn't get to Mike Hollis. Hitting 282. Shit. That hurt. I'll take the Padres today, minus 155. Guardians and Mariners. It's Kirby on the mound. This is your AL Cy Young winner here in George Kirby. This guy's a real deal, folks. Give me Kirby. Give me Kirby. A little nervous, though, when you face that Guardians bullpen, though. The Guardians bullpen is, those numbers are good. Look at that. Whip of 1.01. Opponent's batting average 145. Have not getting even a home run all season out of that bullpen. Where are the Mariners? League average. Tick below league average. Is Logan Allen a left-hander or a right-hander? Let's see if Logan Allen's a lefty or a righty. Logan Allen throws left, and how do the Mariners hit lefties? Pretty good. Now only 11 plate appearances. Okay, well I've seen bullpen guys. They've not faced a starter yet. I'm taking the Mariners. George Kirby's on the mound. Pirates and Nationals, you know how I feel about that one. I would take the over. Oh, that's gone to 9 now. When I was doing my research this morning, that was at 8.5. That should be at 9. I like the over on Monday? That was Monday? Yeah, we got a hit in our parlay. Yeah, that one should have moved up to 9. So I like that. Tigers and Mets, you know how I feel about that one. Rockies and Cubs. Oh, the Rockies are awful. Whoa, sorry to gent. Our Rockies suck, man. Who the hell's Luke Little? Well, that's not a name I handicapped at all last year. Who's Luke Little? Let's see who this guy. We know who Cal Quantrill is. We know the Quantrill. It was a lefty. Oh, he's a bullpen guy. He's already had 2 appearances this season. He's thrown an inning in each game, so looks like we're going a little opener here. So now we got to look at the Cubs bullpen stats. Looks like it's a bullpen day in Chicago. Although it is snowing, it is colder than shit. There's no way they play this game. Although it's 6:40. The snow is actually supposed to stop. It's the White Sox game that'll get massively delayed. There's no way that game kicks off at 1 o'clock. How's this Cubs bullpen? Where's this Cubs numbers? There they are. And then the Rockies bullpen is worse because they suck. Yeah, they're worse in every category, and not only worse, they like way worse. Actually, they give up less home runs because the bullpen is a little home run prone. But who knows with that weather today? That could yeah. I would take the Cubs, I guess. Yeah, maybe an under though. You got the weather like this, and they're going to give you a 7. That should bleed an under. But Blue Jays and Astros over under of 9. Blue Jays plus 120. Astros minus 142. Tough one here with Bassett versus Javier. Astros definitely have the offense edge earlier on in the season. I'll go Astros minus 142. Then Giants, Dodgers, Glasnow's on the mound. That's enough said for me. I'll take the Dodgers. All right, let's see what you guys got here in the comment section. That's how I'm rolling today, though, boys. What do we got here? You got more of this CONCACAF Nations Cup. Both teams to score 2.5. Inter Miami versus Monterrey. That will be what I'm going with. Besides rising with your bets. Oh, nice. All right, let's get it. If it's got Suarez and Messi, which I'm sure that does, sign me up. Yeah, Bello didn't have his good stuff yesterday. I mean, he gave up two-run home runs. It looked like from a box score perspective, Bello didn't. I think he only went 5 innings. He didn't go very deep in that game at all yesterday. I think it was 5 innings exactly. Not a good start there by Bello, but Pivetta, he's a strikeout machine. I think he got how many strikeouts he got in that first start? Did he touch double digits? I remember glancing at the box score when it happened. He got a bunch. What did he get in that first start? He got 10. And the A's strike out how much versus right-handers? 32.6%. What the hell is his line, folks? What is his line? 7.5 minus 160. Shit. Fine. Striking out 32.6%. He got 10. That's what he was doing last year, if I recall. But they were using him in the bullpen. He got 10 strikeouts, 7, 6, 10. 5, 3, 2, 8. Yeah, but those are short appearances, though. He got 3 in 2 innings. He got 2 in .2 innings. Yeah, he was like this long relief guy. 8, 7, 8. But this is in 4.1 innings pitch, 8 innings pitch. Oakland is not going to do very good today. Drop those suckers in a parlay with the Pirates. Yeah, they're going to be striking out a lot. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Action starts, I don't know. What time's my first bet kick off today? I don't even know. Based on what I've got, what time is my action kickoff? My action kicks off, 12 o'clock. My action kicks off in about an hour and a half. Rangers just moved to plus 105 on DraftKings. I don't know why they'd be, whatever. Do what you want. I like it. I got it at, man. All right, I got to run and cry myself into tears on Stephon Diggs getting traded. Damn. I actually got to go get in a recovery session. You hear these managers on soccer talk about recovery sessions. You know, they'll be like, yeah, you know, today, like, if you didn't play, you trained, but the ones who played did a recovery. At 41, I get that. Like, I need to go on the treadmill and do, like, speed 5.5 and just do a very light, 20-minute jog. At 40, I didn't ever have to do a recovery session back in the day, but at 41, I better get my ass down there and do a little recovery session. I can tell you that. That's definitely going to be getting done. Oh, they traded Diggs. Man, I mean, you heard rumors of that this offseason. I wasn't believing that. And then to not even get anything in this year's draft just to get a second rounder for next year, like, doesn't even, god damn. Where are the Texans to win the Super Bowl? I mean, Bills are still winning the Super Bowl. Just curious what the Texans' odds are. Plus 1,700. Lines moved from 25 to 17. 25 to 1 to 17. This says look at what they've added this offseason. There's a picture of Joe Mixon and Diggs. Running backs. If you ain't got the guy, McCaffrey, you just got a running back. Wow, traded Diggs. We get a second round pick. And we had to trade a fifth and a sixth and Diggs? Jesus. All right, boys. Let's meet up tomorrow. Let's go ahead and ring that cash register, boys. I think we've got a great play in the Premier League, to be quite honest. It could be sweaty just because it's Man City, but I don't really think that'll even be all that sweaty. So let's go ahead and get tucked in under 3.5, and let's get the dogs are barking today. Got a couple dogs straight up, and then obviously a money line parlay at a dog price. But obviously those are two favorites in the MLB. So go enjoy your Wednesday, boys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Do consider coming on down to that DraftKings Sportsbook down at Wrigley with me next Tuesday. I think that'd be a lot of fun, throwing back some beers and catching some Champions League with you guys. So, all right, catch up with you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the day.